Jesse James, one of the most notorious figures of the American West, captivated the public imagination during the tumultuous post-Civil War era. From his daring bank and train robberies to his legendary status as a folk hero, James remains an enigmatic figure whose life and legacy continue to fascinate historians and storytellers alike. Early life. Born in 1847 in Clay County, Missouri, Jesse Woodson James was raised in a turbulent environment shaped by the bitter divisions of the Civil War. His family sympathized with the Confederate cause, and young Jesse idolized the guerrilla fighters who waged a brutal campaign against Union forces in the border states. The war left an indelible mark on James, instilling in him a deep-seated resentment towards the federal government and a penchant for violence. The James Younger Gang. In the aftermath of the Civil War, Jesse James and his older brother Frank joined forces with other disaffected Confederate veterans to form the James Younger Gang. Together, they embarked on a spree of bank and train robberies that would earn them notoriety across the country. Operating primarily in Missouri and neighboring states, the gang struck with ruthless efficiency, often targeting banks with Unionist sympathies and railroads controlled by wealthy corporations. The Great Train Robberies. Among the James Younger Gang's most infamous exploits were their daring train robberies, which became the stuff of legend in the annals of American crime. In 1873, they staged their first train heist, targeting the Rock Island Line near Adair, Iowa. The robbery netted them a haul of over $3,000 in cash and valuables, but it was just the beginning of their audacious campaign. Over the next few years, the gang struck several more times, including the infamous holdup of the Missouri Pacific Railroad at Gads Hill, Missouri, in 1874, where they made off with a staggering $60,000. Folk hero or villain. Despite their criminal activities, Jesse James and his gang were lionized by many as folk heroes and champions of the downtrodden. To some, they represented a romanticized vision of rebellion against oppressive government and corporate interests. Ballads and dime novels glorified their exploits, painting them as noble outlaws fighting against corruption and injustice. However, others saw them as nothing more than ruthless thugs responsible for untold bloodshed and suffering. The truth, as always, lay somewhere in between, obscured by the haze of myth and legend that surrounded the James Younger Gang. The Pinkerton Manhunt. As the notoriety of the James Younger Gang grew, so too did the efforts to capture them. In 1875, the Pinkerton Detective Agency, hired by the railroad companies, launched a relentless manhunt for Jesse James and his associates. The Pinkertons employed every means at their disposal, from surveillance and infiltration to brute force, in their quest to bring the outlaws to justice. The pursuit culminated in a violent confrontation at the James family farm in Missouri in 1876, where a botched raid left Jesse's younger brother, Archie, dead and their mother, Zerelda, gravely injured. The end of an era. The final chapter in Jesse James's life came on April 3, 1882, when he was shot and killed by fellow gang member Robert Ford in St. Joseph, Missouri. Ford, seeking to claim the reward on James's head, betrayed his leader and gunned him down in cold blood while James was adjusting a picture on the wall of his home. The assassination shocked the nation and marked the end of an era in American outlawry. With James's death, the myth of the Wild West outlaw began to fade, replaced by the realities of an increasingly modern and industrialized society. Legacy. Despite his violent end, Jesse James's legacy endures, immortalized in countless books, films, and folk songs. To some, he remains a symbol of rebellion and defiance, a Robin Hood-like figure who fought against the forces of tyranny and oppression. To others, he is a cautionary tale, a reminder of the dangers of glorifying violence and lawlessness. Whatever the truth may be, there is no denying the enduring fascination with Jesse James and the mythic world of the American West that he came to symbolize. Conclusion. Jesse James, the infamous outlaw of the Wild West, continues to loom large in the collective imagination of the American people. His life was a blend of fact and fiction, myth and reality, shaped by the turbulent times in which he lived. From his humble beginnings in Missouri to his violent demise at the hands of a former friend, James's story is one of adventure, betrayal, and ultimately tragedy. Yet even in death, he remains a potent symbol of the untamed frontier and the enduring allure of the outlaw hero.